On his early grave. Walk away, me boys, walk away, me boys. By morning we'll be free. Wipe the golden tear from your mother dear. Raise what's left of the flag from me. Then the rosary beads count to 1, 2, 3, fell apart as they hit the floor. In a garb of black we must pay respect to the colors we're born to mourn. Walk away, me boys, walk away, me boys, by morning we'll be free. Wipe the golden tear from your mother dear and raise what's left of the flag from me. We're back! Hey everybody! Yo, yahoo! Hope you're all doing well. I think we should be good. We did some reworking on our net, and we should be not having so many dropped frames, so you all can see. But let's continue with the tutorializing. Boom. And double kaboom. And we're back, right where we left off. Now, we are supposed to be going into this here forest, but if you can see up in this corner, this little question mark right here, this means that there is another tutorial for you to look at. Now, once you're done with watching my video, hopefully you won't need to use these, but if you ever need to use these, I'm going to remind you, you can press G, and it will take you to where these are. Now, this one talks about obtaining energy. Now, absorbing elemental orbs, which you get from beating up your enemies, and elemental particles to replenish your energy, dealing elemental energy or elemental damage, defeating your opponents, or performing other special actions will also generate these elemental orbs. So keep that in mind. Elemental orbs are good. You use them to charge your big special attack, your Q. Your E is an attack that you always have. You can use it anytime, so long as you have this cooldown off. Now, once you use your E, there will be a cooldown, and this goes for almost every E skill in the game. There will be a cooldown after you use this skill, meaning you can't just use E all of the time, like you can with your right click. Oh, come here, Mr. Butterfly. Yeah. Hello. Anyway, the same thing will happen with your Q when you use it, just so you can't use your Q once right after you use your Q immediately afterwards, because your Q is a really big, powerful skill. It wouldn't be fair to the enemies if you used it all the time. Cutscene!
Look at that!
Don't be afraid. It's all right now. I'm back.
Is he talking to a dragon?
Who's there?
Angry Dragon. Oh. Goodbye, Angry Dragon.
That was close. Paimon almost got blown away.
Don't worry about it, Paimon. Even if you got blown into the trees, we would come after you. You are our emergency source of food.
Luckily, Paimon managed to grab hold of your hair. Thanks.
Good thing you didn't pull my hair out.
Paimon thought we were gonna get eaten. It definitely has something to do with that weirdo who was talking to the dragon. Of course not. Oh, what's that? There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over there. Let's go take a closer look.
Okay, time to
Be
go
careful.
get the shiny.
Paimon doesn't have a good feeling about this.
Get the shiny. Give me the shiny. It's mine.
Paimon's never seen a stone like this before, so Paimon can't tell what it is.
Okay.
All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we put it away for now. Okay, we've got it. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. And you're adventure rank 3. If you have been following along just how I've been telling you, you have gotten to adventure rank 3 very quickly. And by very quickly, I mean just at the rate you're supposed to. Don't feel bad. You! Don't attack me. It's not nice. Now, there's chests everywhere in this game, and opening them up is good for you. Open up chests. Pick up things. Adventure time. Come on, grab your friends. Yeah. Now, if you see a wild boar, hit it in the face. Because if you don't, it will try and hit you in the face. That one was more tame than the usual, but they're all evil. None of them are nice people.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
Okay. Oh, wow.
May the Animo God protect you, stranger.
And you, stranger.
I'm Amber, outrider for the Knights of Favonius.
Oh, great.
You don't look like citizens of Mondstadt. Explain yourselves. We're not looking for trouble. That's what all the troublemakers say.
Hi, I'm me.
Doesn't sound like a local name to me.
Oh,
And this mascot, what's the deal with it?
emergency food.
Hey! That's even worse than being a mascot! So to sum it up, you're traveling partners, right? Well, look, there's been a large dragon sighted around Mondstadt recently. Best you get inside the city as soon as possible. It's not far from here. I'll escort you there. Oh,
Okay.
aren't you out here for some other reason? I am, but not to worry. I can keep you both safe while doing that too. Besides, I'm still not sure if I can trust you two just yet. Oh, I'm sorry. Probably not something I should say as a knight.
Oh, okay.
I give you my apologies, strange yet respectable travelers. That sounded so fake. Do you have something against the type of language usage prescribed by the Knights of Favonius Handbook?
Yes, I do. And now we have a 4-star character. Now, to explain to those of you who are starting out this game, Amber is a 4-star character. Now, 4-star characters can be good. They are characters who are basically, they're more common when you start summoning, which is the thing that you will be doing in this game as you get further along. But, they are not, like, super strong. They aren't going to be your major end game, this character destroys everything with a blink kind of character. These are characters that you have to work with. You have to put a lot of effort into to make them super strong. You have to put a lot of effort into them to make them good. They're also more common when you're summoning, meaning you have more of an opportunity to put that effort into them and make them super good. With the 5-star characters, which is something that you will see later on in the game, and later on in this tutorial, hopefully, you will find that they are they're much less common. They're very hard to get, and it's harder to make them. It's harder to give them what we call constellations, which means they aren't going to get to that same level of special abilities that your 4-star characters are unless you're investing a lot of money into this game. Which some people do recommend, some people don't recommend. I say if you're having a lot of fun in a game, then there's nothing wrong with putting a little money towards it. Now, as an archer, Amber can take down targets from a distance, and we can press 2, which is right over our W key, to switch over to Amber. Now, with Amber, she's an archer, meaning if we want to do something with her, you should probably want to do things from range. Now, you can attack using her aiming mode, which means you press the R button to go into aiming mode, and then you can aim with your cursor to shoot at her. Not to shoot at her, to shoot at enemies. Like this. Look at that. And you can press R again to leave aiming mode. Now, if we left click while holding Amber, and we hold it, we can also still enter aiming mode. This is a quicker and easier way to do the aiming mode thing, and I prescribe this over pressing the R button. If you press the R button,
Suspicious travelers, what are you doing in my
charging up
She
takes
got
longer
separated
anyway.
from her brother during a really, really long journey. Paimon is her travel buddy, helping her to find her brother.
Oh, looking for your family? Huh.
Now,
Okay, let me finish my other stuff first, and then I can help you put up posters around the city. What exactly is it you need to finish doing first? It's simple. You'll understand in a bit.
we got a new sword. Now, it says open C for the character screen. Check the character. And now we can look at weapons. Now, it wants us to switch what weapon we have to the new weapon we got. Switch. Now our character has a better weapon that hits a little bit harder than the one that we had before. Look at that.
I feel like running.
Oh no. Now, this is one of the first points where you can actually get into some serious trouble, because you have a fire type character who's supposed to fight these guys. Now, if you hit them with fire, if I can actually hit them, you'll see that they are immune to fire, meaning they won't take any damage from fire. Now, normally this wouldn't be a huge problem, like for other kinds of players. That just means that you have to switch your character. But if you haven't, if you are forgetting how to switch your characters, just remember, switching your characters is as easy as moving your middle finger. So you can move your middle finger up and press the 1 button, and you have your normal character back. And this character
Windblade.
can hurt these fire guys. But even if you can't switch back or you've forgotten how to switch back, that doesn't mean you can't do any damage to these guys. Instead, what you want to do is you want to remember that Amber uses a bow. Now, since she uses a bow, you don't want to be close to your enemy. You want to take your time and move around your enemy and shoot. Okay? Okay. Now, let's get over here. Boom, Snapdragon. Boom, chests. Oh, we got something cool. Press C to open the character screen. What does it want? Equipping artifacts. Now, this is where the game starts getting you into these things right here. Artifacts are basically your character's armor. And artifacts, once you start getting way into artifacts, they have set bonuses. Meaning, like, if you have 2 pieces of this adventurer's tail feather, 2 pieces of this adventurer set, then you can increase your maximum HP by 1,000. Which is pretty good when you're starting out. It means you have more health, you're more tanky, you can take more hits, and you won't die. A 4-piece set, if you have 4 adventurer pieces, will mean that opening a chest regenerates 30% of your HP over 5 seconds. So if you are adventuring and you're having a hard time gaining health or you're getting hurt a lot, this would be a decent set for you while you're running around. I'm going to equip this to my Amber and keep going. I don't have more than one piece of adventurer gear. Okay, Amber, where are we going? Hup. Hup.
A hilly churl. Quick, get it!
Oh, we have to get the hilly trail. Get the hilly trail. Hey, big guy.
These monsters have been getting too close to the city recently. My task this time is to clear out their camp.
Now, as you've seen there, I beat that hilly trail by only pressing the left click. When you're starting out the game, left click is a good option, but it's easy to start forgetting that you have the other option of pressing your E, which is it's important to remember that you can press your E. It's important to remember that you have these abilities because the game is designed around those abilities. And if you use them, one, the game is more fun and you aren't doing the same thing all of the time. But two, some characters don't do a lot of damage with just their left click. Some characters aren't really good with their left click at all, and it's not useful. So you need to remember that you can use these E abilities, or you can use these hold attacks.
Nothing to it. Though I've got to say, you surprised me a little with your moves there. Thanks for the backup. How'd it feel? Now that you mention it, how is it the hilly trails ended up here? These creatures don't seem like the type to set up camp so close to cities like this. Exactly. It's more normal for them to be much further out in the wilderness. But because the dragon, Storm Terror, has been around a lot more recently, our orchards have been destroyed and the local market has been affected as well. When the storms hit, we usually end up with at least a few injuries, so the Knights of Favonius have been tied up doing the best they can to defend the area. So these annoying creatures have been getting closer and closer to the city? Exactly. That said, clearing this camp helps make the area a little bit safer. Come with me. A responsible knight must make sure to see you to the city safely.
Sure, Amber. But before we do that, I'm opening this chest. We got another adventurer's tail feather. Now, if we wanted to, we could put that tail feather onto our koi here. So we can go over here, go to artifacts, and be like, hey, look at that. Twinsies! Now they both have tail feather. Now, when you're playing new games, you'll find that if there's something that you can break by hitting it, you should probably break everything that you can hit. Or at least try hitting everything. You never know what you'll find. Like, if I hit this tree, I just picked up a bunch of wood. Now, we don't know what wood is for at the moment, but I bet it can't be a bad thing to have as much wood as possible. This is a pro tip from me to you, player. Get as much wood as you can. But, unlike me, don't spend forever while you're on stream getting wood. Anyway, as you can see, this little question mark is back, so let's check what the game wants to teach us now. Collecting wood. A tall tree that originates to the far north, but which has... Oh, it's telling us which kind of woods there are. There's birch wood. Nope. 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 Go back. There's birch wood. The quiwa, or quiwa, pines, sandbearers, chingsei, cedars, babers, sakura trees, maple trees, and inazumen cedars, along with otokis. We're also learning about pyro. Pyro attacks can cause things that are affected by the pyro type to catch fire. And it also often triggers an elemental reaction. When pyro meets dendro, it triggers burning, which continuously deals pyro damage. Attacking weak spots. Now this is something that you don't get to learn a lot about unless you're paying attention to the game and you're paying attention to these tutorials. Now, if you noticed, back when I was shooting at the hilly trail that was on top of that little raised parapet, I shot him in the head. Now, the head tends to be the weak spot for a lot of the most humanoid enemies. But some enemies don't have, like, just a straight-up head. Some of them have, like, eyes in the middle of their body and stuff like that. So you should try to, if you are using an archer-type character, hit those weak points. Most characters who aren't archers can't hit weak points, but weak spots are actually really good to hit for archer-type characters. If you don't like playing archers, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to. There will be more pyro-type characters who aren't amber. There's more characters of every element, and not all of them are going to be archers. There's some of them that do other amazing and fun things, so don't worry about it too much. Now, Amber has a cool thing about her elemental skill, where if you press and hold her elemental skill, then she gets to aim and toss this bad boy, and then it will land and do its thing. As you can see, it is a very volatile creature. Ooh! Hey, Lynn.
What should I cook next?
What should you cook next?
Oh, are you travelers from around here as well?
No.
We just happened to be passing by. What are you cooking? Smells good!
I see. Welcome, travelers. I'm Lynn, the survival expert of the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, she's a
As you can
survival
see,
expert.
I'm experimenting with some new recipes. Eat before you go. The first rule in the Wilderness Survival Guide.
Picnic? Oh, Paimon just loves picnics! My travel partner here is good at cooking as well.
That's okay. Let's see what you can do. You won't get a lot of chances like this to learn from a survival expert.
Oh.
There are some mushrooms and meat in the barrel over there. Try making a chicken mushroom skewer for me.
Okay. There we go. Now, we get to view ingredients that we could process, which is something that we aren't going to do right now. And we get to view the recipes that we know how to make. I can make bird eggies, but I don't need to make bird eggies right now. And I can make the skewer that she asked for. Now, when you're cooking, it's basically you start out cooking everything manually, and once you've learned how to cook things perfectly manually, then you can start cooking them automatically later on in the game. But for the moment, we can only cook things manually. So we're going to cook this chicken mushroom skewer. And this is a mini game where basically you're trying to stop the cursor on a specific point in the dial. So I want to stop this right in the middle of that orange marking. That will give me perfectly cooked food. Now I could make more of these, but I don't really want to make more of them right now while I'm so low on resources. So I will just exit out and show her, hey, I made a thing. Lynn, look.
Is it done? Mmm, smells good. Let me try. Mmm. Mmm.
Uh-oh.
Now that's really tasty. You're indeed gifted.
Paimon told you so.
With your culinary skills, you should try more difficult dishes. Oh, I've got some raw ingredients in my bag. Have them in return for this meal.
Oh, well, thank you.
Can we really have them? Won't you run out of ingredients?
That's okay. You should be able to find lots of ingredients when exploring the wilderness. Don't forget to look carefully.
Ooh.
There's also a restaurant in Mondstadt known as Good Hunter that sells food and ingredients. Go have a look when you've got the time.
We most definitely will.
Thank you for the info. Hey, leave some chicken mushroom skewers for Paimon.
No. And now you're adventuring 4. We're just chugging on along. But we have more places to go and more things to eat. Wait. Don't forget to pick up the mint. And across this area we go. We scare off these pigeons because pigeons don't deserve to be happy. Flee, pigeons, run away. Ooh. Ooh.
Windblade. Where is it?
Now, what you guys see me doing is using my E skill to collect an item. Now, if I tried to press the F button next to this dandelion without pressing the E skill, ooh. I'm sad to see that we are lagging again. However, I've done the majority of what I can, and it's not saying that we're dropping frames. So if we are lagging, please test your viewing material just to see. If you are viewing on a computer, refresh the page. If you're viewing on a tablet or something similar, maybe restart the program. Wait. Any boodle. If I press the F button by this dandelion without pressing my E skill, nothing happens. Now, if I were to try and, let's see, light this on fire, it doesn't light on fire either. But the grass around it will. It's interesting. Now, using my wind skill on it actually helps. So, I do this not to show off and be like, hey, I know how to do all of these cool things. I do this because I want to recommend that you always experiment and see how you can interact with the world. You always want to see, hey, can my Amber do something cool here? Can she hit this tree? Okay, she can hit the tree, it doesn't do much. She can hit the grass, she lights the grass on fire. If I stand in the grass while it's on fire, I start taking damage. you want to start thinking about the world that your characters inhabit. And you want to start thinking about how you can have those characters interact with said world. Right? Right.
Let me officially introduce the city of wind, dandelions, and freedom.
Okay. Wind, dandelions, and freedom.
Travelers under the protection of the Knights of Favonius, welcome to Mondstadt. Finally, no more having to camp outdoors.
Yeah.
The city folk don't look too cheery. Everyone's been put out of place by storm terror recently. But everything will turn out fine as long as Bgin's with us.
Okay. Bgin.
Acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. Bgin, Defender of Mondstadt. With Bgin on our side, surely even the vicious storm terror will be no match for us. Before I take you guys to the Knights of Favonius headquarters, I have a present for you, Traveler. It's a reward for helping me clear out that Hilichurl camp.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hey! Why doesn't Paimon get a reward? Because this reward is useless to you, Paimon. But I'll treat you to a traditional Mondstadt delicacy, sticky honey roast.
Ooh.
Sticky honey roast! Come with me. We'll head to the city's, high ground.
Okay. We have to press J. J. And now, we can navigate towards quests. Very good.
This used to be a bustling street, but with so many storm terror attacks recently, the usual crowds are nowhere to be seen. Except for the local tavern near the city wall over there. They haven't been affected. If anything, their business is better than ever.
Okay, so we have that little question mark again. That means the game wants to tell us something. What is it going to tell us? About hydro. When environments and hydro attacks, wet environments and hydro attacks can cause beings to become affected by hydro. When hydro meets other elements, it can cause an elemental reaction. Yay. Oh, there we go. Now we know the effects of getting wet. Up we go. Forward and onward. Do 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 do. Go to the location designated by Amber. I'm on my way to the top. Boo, boo, doo, boo. Oh.
Oh, that doesn't sound very good.
Bad news bears.
So, the present I want to give you is a wind glider.
A wind glider.
Outriders use them to ride the wind, and the people of Mondstadt love using them too. I brought you here to give it to you, so you can experience it right away. Oh, you're really excited about these wind gliders, huh?
She likes
Well,
them.
that's because the wind is the heart and soul of Mondstadt. Alrighty then, enough talk. Let's give it a whirl. It's easy to use, but you still need to pay attention to my instructions.
Okay. Okay, so wind gliders will be a cinch so long as you, 1, use that WASD formation I was telling you about, and 2, follow the instructions that the game is giving you. So, There we go. And you can glide in whichever direction you want. You can use your mouse to guide you on forward. Oh no!
The sky!
The sky! Oh no, I'm being thrown into the sky! Ooh. Wind dodge. And now we go into a mini game.
How are you staying afloat like this with just a wind glider? I'm preventing your fall with the power of 1,000 winds. Now, concentrate. See yourself grasping the wind. Harness its energy. Who said that?
Now, this is basically a aim and click version. All you really have to do here is keep this cursor on Storm Terror here and hold down the left mouse button. Just keep clicking.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm perfectly fine. I used a wind machine gun to shoot this giant dragon.
You've actually got the power to go up against the dragon. Are you a new ally? Or a new storm?
That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone ask.
Storm Terror is
I'm a
attacking
person.
Mondstadt itself.
Not a storm.
Kaya, Traveler, you've come at the right time. We must...
Hold on, Amber. Are you perhaps forgetting to introduce us?
Oh,
I don't
right.
want to be introduced to you.
This is Kaya, our cavalry captain. These two
Cavalry?
are travelers from afar.
Where's his
From
horse?
far. Is that all we know of them?
Long story short,
Long
I
story
see.
short, we don't hang out with
Welcome
you.
to Mondstadt. Though you haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. I understand the anguish of being separated from family.
Okay.
I'm not really sure why you're looking for the Animo God. Oh, but everyone has their secrets, right?
Sure.
Relax. I won't press you for more. First and foremost, on behalf of the Knights of Favonius, I would like to extend our thanks to you for your help just now.
Yeah.
Your fight to defend the city against the dragon just now was witnessed by no small number of citizens.
Okay.
The acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius is also very interested in meeting you, and formally invites you both to our headquarters.
And if I if I'm disinterested and don't want to, yay, the dressing room is unlocked. Well, we can open up C and go to the view outfits. And we only have one outfit for our main character here. But we have new wings. Aren't they pretty? Switch. Excellent. Onward and forward to wherever they want us to go. using our new pretty wings.
This seems to be the Knights of Favonia's headquarters. Let's head in.
We're Adventure Rank 5 now. Now, before we head on in here, there's a few things that you want to check. You want to come over here, or use your escape button, because now we can do some new things. We can view the unlocked tutorials that we have in the archive. And this goes for your equipment, your general tutorials, the living beings, geography, anything that you could need is over here. You can also check your achievements, which you probably have more of now, like banishing a dragon from attacking Mondstadt. And getting the seeds off of a dandelion, which is something that I've shown you how to do. Probably don't have any new mail yet, but that's not what we're worried about right now. Right now we have to enter the Knights of Favonia's headquarters. Now, if you're trying to get into a door and you find that you keep talking to somebody that you don't want to talk to, you need to use your mouse wheel. Your mouse wheel will let you switch between the options that are in front of you, because normally Genshin likes to have people stand in front of doors for some reason, and sometimes your character decides, wow, I'm more interested in talking than entering the place I'm supposed to enter. So always remember that you can use your scroll wheel in the middle of your mouse to choose which option you want your character to take, and then press the F button. You don't always just have to slap the F button.
Gee, what's the hurry? I thought we agreed to meet them here.
There have been sightings of storm terror outside the city. Once we meet, we must...
Relax. I'll lend a hand when the time comes.
Jean, I brought them.
Okay.
And once it was over, I brought them straight here.
Mondstadt welcomes you, Windborn travelers. I am Jean, acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. This is Lisa, our resident librarian.
Yay!
Oh, are you sweeties here to help us out? You're both so adorable. Sadly, the timing is regrettable. Storm terror has caused quite a ruckus in the region since its recent resurgence. Simply put, Mondstadt's elemental sphere and ley lines are now akin to a yarn ball in the paws of a kitten. For a mage, it couldn't get much worse. My skin is one elemental particle away from a full-blown breakout.
If it weren't for this interference, the Knights of Favonius would have better ways to help you than just putting up missing person posters. We simply ask that you repose in Mondstadt while we help you seek out your brother.
Okay, well that sounds cool. Yeah.
Hey, don't be such a slug. We should be a part of this too.
Why?
Good. In that case, we need a plan.
Why?
With storm terror now directly attacking Mondstadt, we may have an opportunity to cut this problem off at the source. Lisa has revealed the sources of Storm Terror's power with her detection magic.
Is that so?
They're located in the abandoned Four Winds temples. Storm Terror's ability to whip up these kinds of storms can be attributed to it drawing power from the temples.
Our objective is to deal with 3 of the 4 temples.
Okay.
I trust everyone understands why we are only dealing with 3. Paimon doesn't.
No.
Knights of Favonius, time is against us. The storm is rampant. There's no point in maintaining a defensive position. Alright, we need to take initiative and act before the situation escalates.
Yes. Taking action is great. Now, we've unlocked the shop. We've unlocked the ability to make wishes. and therefore we have unlocked this screen. Now this screen is important. This screen is where you will start off your journey of getting new characters and expanding your ability to play the game more. Now, as you can see, I have 102 Primo Gems, which kind of contributes to my ability to make wishes. I also have 11 of these porcupine thingies. And if you click up here, you can see that there's a whole bunch more of stuff up here to look at. Now, what's important when you are starting out this game is to understand that there are different things here. This is what we call a banner. Now, when you are wishing on a banner, you have to spend these little porcupine things. Now, depending on which banner you're wishing on, you can spend the pure blue porcupine things called Acquaint Fate, or you can spend your rainbow colored porcupines. Now, the rainbow colored porcupines are what you want the most of, because the rainbow colored porcupines will let you get these new cool hip characters that are the ones that are in the know. Your blue porcupines will only let you get characters that are on the main that are on the main wishing banner. Let's see. Now, when you're starting off, you should always do the beginner's wish. It will give you two 10 times wishes, and I'm fairly certain that after you're 20, it'll give you a 5-star, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Don't count me on that. Don't count me on it. Anyway, this is just a quick way for you to start getting characters and start having new people to use in the game rather than being stuck with Amber and no one else. The shop is how the game gets you to spend money. If you are not interested in spending money, you don't have to. If you are interested in spending money, then let me explain. Primo Gems. These gems are things that you get throughout playing the game. You get them when you open up chests, you get them when you complete quests and all this other good stuff, and you get them when you complete your daily quests. And this is your main way of purchasing Intertwined and Acquaint Fates. I recommend only purchasing Intertwined Fates. If you purchase your Acquaint Fates, you aren't going to get much. The Masterless Star Glitter. This Star Glitter is a currency that you get every time you make a wish. When you make a wish, you get these. They're pretty decent, but you don't get a whole ton of them. Instead, what you get a lot of are the Masterless Stardust. You get a ton of Masterless Stardust every time you make a wish. So, be sure to make a good amount of wishes. Once you've made wishes, then you can use that Masterless Stardust to buy more Acquaint Fate or Intertwined Fates. And it limits you to five a month, but if you're planning on playing this game over a long period of time, it's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Whee! Moving on. This is a $30 skin. Do not buy the $30 skin unless you really want a $30 skin. This is a quick purchase that you can make. It's $5, and basically every day you will get 90 Primo Gems. It comes out to 2,700 Primo Gems, or 3,000 total gems a month. Now, what they will give you is the 300 of these Genesis Crystals. Genesis Crystals can be turned into Primo Gems, or they can be just maintained as an in-game currency that is equivalent to money that you have spent in the game. And certain things like these character outfits, which are each super expensive, you can spend Genesis crystals on them, but you can't spend Primo Gems on them. So it's a way of the people who made the game making sure that you spend money, specifically your money, and put your money towards these characters rather than spending your time in the game and then using that time towards the characters instead. Anywho, the first thing that I'm going to do here, since we have enough of these acquainted fates, or are they intertwined? Yeah, acquaint fates, is I'm going to choose my beginner wish. So, click here, it'll use 8 of my fates, and we got a purple. We don't know what the purple is at the moment. Got an emerald orb, and some masterless star glitter. We got Razor, who is another character within this game that you will eventually meet. He's a 4-star character. We have the Black Tassel, which is a spear. We have a new bow. Some more spears. A new sword. And another character, Noelle. Along with another new sword. And another orb thingy. Great! Now we have a bunch of characters and a bunch of new weapons to use. Pretty good. We got 120 Masterless Stardust. Now, we don't have enough to start wishing for more things, so we're just going to go back and head on out. Now, we have 2 new characters here. We have Razor, and we have Noelle. Now, let's go outside and see what they can do. Meet Amber at the temple.
From now on, the adventures will probably get more and more dangerous. We should make sure we're prepared. We could start by going to Mondstadt's blacksmith.
So now we have to see the blacksmith. But first, we're going to view available weapons. And now we can choose to enhance weapons. We can choose the auto add to have this thing add materials for us. This will make our character have a much stronger weapon. But as you can see, down here it will say required. Now required means that you're going to be spending money to make this weapon more powerful. But that seems okay to me because I have 27,000 over this 1,000, so it's not going to be too big of a price. So we're just going to spend that money. There, we've got ourselves a strong weapon. Boop. Now we could try and do the same thing for Razor, but I'm not really inclined to. We could do the same thing for our Hunter's Bow user here. But instead of that, what I would like to do with her is I'd like to switch her to a different weapon. Now let's see. This is a 3-star weapon. The Bane of Flame and Water increases damage against opponents who are affected by Hydro or Pyro. Now that's really good because Amber is a Pyro character. Now, something that you need to remember when you have your when you're playing this game is that each character has their own element. They have their own thing that they can do. And if you ever forget what kind of character your character is, you can look up here in this left-hand corner and you can see what kind of character. This one says right here, Pyro, Amber. We have Amber right here. She's a Pyro type character. Perfect. So if we have a weapon that's good with that increases damage against opponents who are affected by Pyro, then she's going to do more against people who are affected by her element. That's going to be good. Let's see if we can get another sword on our sword user here to make things even better. Okay, what does this do? Energy recharge. And using an elemental burst grants 12% increased attack and movement speed for 15 seconds. This is probably going to be really good. So, we have a stronger attack, so we're going to hit harder, and we have energy recharge, which means that, for you who don't understand, when she gets those little orbs, those energy particles that we get from beating up our enemies or using special attacks on them, she will charge up her special attack a lot faster. So this is a good sword to have on her for now. Okay. Now that we've done that, let's get a move on. Hup. We're gonna go visit the blacksmith.
There's the blacksmith.
Hello, Mr. Blacksmith.
To the craft.
Why?
I'm looking for a weapon for Paimon.
This is the first Paimon's heard about it. What, so you want Paimon on the front line now?
Yes.
She's a tiny one, isn't she? They'd need to be purpose-built.
Wow, he does bespoke weaponry?
No.
Of course. I sell weapons, make them to order, and do refinements. All in the job description for a blacksmith.
Ooh.
All you need is the ore.
But where can I get this ore from?
Anywhere. Everywhere. You look confused. Listen, I'll tell you where the nearest deposits are.
Yes, tell me.
Bring some back and I'll help you forge what you need.
Great.
No
Thanks.
need. I have other things to do.
He seems like a short-tempered guy. Was it something we said?
We're gonna go out here. We're gonna collect these chunks for Wagner. Now remember, always practice your movement while you have it. So, if you need to, just remember to use that WASD. Remember that your left shift button will make you dash. And you just keep yourself a move on. There you go. Try and make sure you don't run out of stamina while you're running around the world. And pick up everything you can on the way to wherever it is you're going.
Such fair weather. Why don't we do a bit of sunny work? Oh, what sort of work is that, you ask? Well, anything that makes you feel bright and sunny, too.
Now, we already gotten the amount of iron chunks that he needs, but why stop there? We can always get more. Then we have more for later. So don't go back without getting every bit of ore that you can. This is not a speed run. Speed runs are for people who play games very, very often and have a lot of time on their hands. Yes. Now we can head back and talk to the big guy about making us a sword that we can use for Paimon.
dear. Everyone's laundry is still on the line. May I be excused to fetch it in?
There we
What do
go.
you want? Oh, yes. I'd forgotten about that.
Well, that's not my fault. You're a forgetful
These
person,
are
but
okay,
that's
I
that's
guess.
on you.
Should be able to salvage something from them.
Good. And now we can make weapon. Now the thing that the game is going to want you to make is one of these guys. And it's the only thing that the game will let you make at the moment, because you don't have the things to make these other more special weapons. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead and make what the game wants. Look at that. Now, note, when I made this, I had to come over here and collect it. That's something that you might forget. Don't forget to collect your items after you make them.
If you ever find ore in the future, you can always come and see me.
Sounds good, big
Ideally
boy.
when I'm not busy. A blacksmith's work takes focus and concentration. It does not take small talk with customers.
Here, 1 second, everybody. Alrighty, all back.
When the craft is good, business is good. That's all there is to this trade, and anyone who tells you different is trying to con you.
Okay then. That's good to know,
There's nothing
Wagner.
else. I'll carry on with my work.
Sounds good, big guy.
He's certainly committed to his work. Paimon will give him that. His temper isn't great, but leave it to him and he'll be able to forge what you need.
Perfect.
Someone needs assistance.
Now, if you'll see, we don't have a quest anymore, a clear quest. We're kind of wandering around. This is a problem, because if you're starting out this game and you don't know where you need to go, you're just looking for things, you're going to have some trouble if you just move on your own. If you need guidance, or if you ever need to know where to go, you press the J button to go in here. This will tell you where all of the things are. This will tell you where the quests are. This will tell you where you need to go to do the thing. Now, once you've picked a quest that you want to do, if the quest is of a level that you can complete, it will let you know, and then you can just go, okay, navigate, and it will start taking you towards where that quest is. Hey Amber, how's it going? Having a good time, having a
This
good
is it.
time.
One of the deserted temples of the Four Winds.
Okay,
These temples have been left to waste for years now. The people of Mondstadt almost never come here.
oh, they almost never come here?
There's a chance there's a monster nest or hilitrol camp inside.
Okay,
Even Storm Terror has given up on its own temple.
oh, its own temple?
Yes. I also find it hard to accept, but Storm Terror was once one of the Four Winds.
Ooh, okay. Why is that hard to accept?
Wait! Did you just feel that? The wind here. Something's off. Let's go in and take a look. Be careful. The dragon's power is disturbing this area.
Okay. Oh, guess I gotta go in. Woo! Now we can go in with all of our characters. Ooh, where are we? Ooh. Now,
You can use that console to open the door.
Amber explained it perfectly.
Wow, I can see so far into the temple.
Just in case you guys aren't reading that, Amber has the ability to aim and shoot. While aiming, her arrows will accumulate a charge. Once fully charged, the arrow will imbue pyro. Meaning you can use pyro to ignite things, right? So, this will be our first time, well, not our first time, but this will be one of those times where we can use Amber to get into places that we couldn't with another character. So, here we go. Over here. Ooh, look at that. Let's get this chest, because we don't want to leave anything behind. We don't want to leave anything behind. Pick up everything. Carrots, radishes, raw meat. It doesn't matter. Pick up everything you can. Use elemental sight to see elemental attributes of different objects. Hooray! Green symbolizes Dendro, which can be ignited by Pyro. Opponents with wooden shields also have Dendro shields, which means you can ignite them. Now, you can click and hold the scroll wheel for your elemental sight, which means, look at here. Yay! We can see all of these things that are in green can be ignited. No. Light the shield. Haha.
Oh no! A horn!
Someone blew a horn. Oh.
Well, good
Now,
thing I prepared
remember,
my secret weapon, explosive puppet berry bunny.
if you guys want to use an archer type character, be sure that you are using them in the appropriate manner, meaning don't get close to the enemy. When the enemy gets close to you, step back, but most importantly, remain calm. Most enemies in this game will not be able to hit you if you are moving and keeping yourself at a safe distance. Look at that. Hey, big guy. There you go. Oop. Okay, there we go. Bit of a little glitchy error right there. But
That's more like it.
you can pick up everything. And you should try to pick up everything you can. Once again. If there's anything that looks like you can pick it up, try it.
Barrels over there?
Oh no!
One shot should be able to blow them up.
Explosive barrels! Boom!
I'll race you there. Let it rain.
Remember to use your skills. And remember to try and keep yourself safe. Things in this game will have a hard time hitting you if you are moving. Things in this game will have a hard time hitting you if you are a decent distance away from them. So you want to take advantage of that. Be moving as much as you possibly can and maintain good distance away from your enemies. Break everything that you can break. These are just reminders. Hup. What's up? Lots of adventurer stuff. Now this...
It's so high. Seems like there's something up there. But how do we get across? Isn't this a pyro monument? If we hit it with a powerful pyro attack, we might trigger it.
Now, this is your first and only hint on how to deal with these monuments, and that is, if you see the little markings on them that match your character, switch to a character that you have with that kind of element on it and use that element on the monument. Now, wind currents, an up current will send you soaring into the sky, and that's all you really need to know about that. Wooden shields can get set on fire, and elemental bursts. Use your elemental burst. It uses up all of the energy you've accumulated, but it's a big attack. Oh, look at that. We're flying. Isn't that great?
Dragon's breath. Is that where the power's coming? Phew, I'm tired. But at least this way we've helped Jean out. In the past, we were at least able to defend the city and keep it safe. This, of course, is mostly thanks to Jean. But now with Storm Terror directly attacking the city itself, the winds change. So too should our tactics.
Did you come up with
It's
that?
what Lisa likes to say.
Oh.
Speaking of which, the 4 winds we were discussing earlier, if you want to learn more about our history, you can ask Lisa.
Okay.
I'm not saying I don't know our history. It's just, I mean, a librarian is supposed to be more knowledgeable than an outrider.
Right. The librarian is supposed to strip you of your knowledge. I mean, anyway, pick up this chest. Hooray. And onward we go. As you can see, it's been about 2 hours and we're cruising along. We're at Adventure Rank 5, almost at Adventure Rank 6, and getting to Adventure Rank 6 is not going to be super hard. We've got new characters, which we haven't used a lot of yet. That's okay. Now we're supposed to meet Kaya at another temple, which is further up on this ridge here. So let's do that. Note, this is still just the start of the game. We haven't gone very far. Hopefully, you're enjoying how the game works, you know, enjoying mechanics, and if you have any questions or there's something that you don't understand, feel free to ask, either in the comments or if you are in chat right now, feel free to ask in the chat. Okay, there we go. As you can see, I am a terrible aim when I'm moving. And when I'm not moving, apparently. But anyway, whee! There's 1. There's 2. Sometimes you will run across a bunch of...
Oh, it's one of those consolidated wind things. Let's head back to the statue of the 7 at Windrise and offer it to the gods.
I don't think I will.
Well, you should come with me. Paimon will tell you about the rest later.
if ever you actually run into like a ton of trouble, or you feel like the enemies are too strong, there's a bunch of things that you can do. One of them is maybe switch your character. If you're having trouble with dealing with one type of enemy because it's doing something weird, or you just have a hard time understanding how it attacks you or how it hits you, try using other characters, because other characters might be able to help you in a different way. They might be able to do something that stuns the enemy, or they might be able to do something that knocks the enemy over before it can do that attack to you. And now, I currently am Adventure Rank 6. If you have not been, attacking creatures, or if you haven't been running around like I have, then you're probably some lower level. But that's not bad. Don't worry about that too much. Worry about your adventuring. Explore as much as you can. Some of you are probably further along or reached that faster than I did. Now, we're going to try... This looks like a special kind of rock. It doesn't look like we can just, Oh, look, it's surrounded by enemies. Let's take care of those first. There we go. Now we have a new thing in our G for tutorials. Let's go in there. Elemental reaction swirl. When Anemo meets a certain other element, it can trigger swirl. Swirl can deal elemental damage, affect beings, and generate further elemental reactions. Good to know. So basically, what swirl does, for those of you who don't understand that explanation, is whenever you hit another elemental character that isn't Geo, which is the rock element, whenever you hit another character that is either fire, or electric, or water, or ice, or any other element that is not rock or air, which is Geo or Anemo, and you hit it with an Anemo attack, then it will cause a swirl, which means that it will take the element that you hit and it will spread that element out like a grenade. So if you hit like a pyro slime with an Anemo attack, then that pyro slime will spread out a bunch of pyro in every direction, and it will hit everything with pyro. And that's one of the utility abilities of the Anemo element. Now, like I was saying, this rock looks special. I'm hitting on it, and it's not doing much except for the rock is hurting me. Let's hit it with a bigger... Nope. Claymore's not doing much. Let's try Razor's special attack. Nope. Still didn't do it. Let's try a special attack for Noelle.
Leave it all to me.
Well, it's not hurting me, but I'm not getting what I need out of it. Okay. Let's try special attack for our main character. Now, as you can see, that swirled in Electro, meaning that we got like a big Electro AoE, or area of effect damage, but we didn't break this, which means we're having some trouble. We don't know what breaks these rocks. Well, let's give this a try. Let's use Pyro on it. Oh, there we go. So, this is another one of those instances where you should really try everything you have when you're
Bet you can't keep up with me.
going through this game. Try and experiment with what all you can do for each character type, for each archetype. Go. Come on, big guy. I'm not afraid of you. There we go. Now, let's see if this works here. Oh, there we go. So, fire works on these as well. Anytime you see a new thing you can't pick up, I really strongly suggest that you start experimenting and seeing what your elements can do to help you. Now this is another interesting thing in the game. Now, if you'll notice, the texturing on these rocks looks kind of different from the texturing on these rocks. Now, with what we've learned, we can try to use our special abilities on it. Oh, looks like that took damage. Let's try another special ability on it and see if that works. That worked wonders. Look at that. That's a hidden treasure chest we wouldn't have found if we weren't experimenting. Hint, hint. The more you adventure around, the more you experiment, the more you make use of your abilities, the easier this game is going to be for you, and also the more enjoyable it's going to be. You're going to find more things, and you're going to have more fun. Let's see what's over here. What's over here? Oh. Ooh. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Now the game just told me this is a highly dangerous area. That means I'm either too low level or something similar. Now, as I was talking about before, there are several ways for you as a player to make sure that your characters are safe and to make sure that you are strong enough to do things. The first thing that you can do if you are having trouble with defeating an enemy is switch characters. Try and find a different approach to the fight. The second thing you can do is gain distance, meaning run away a little bit. Try and evaluate what the enemy can do. If you see they're hitting in a certain direction, every time you do a certain thing, maybe take advantage of that. If a big enemy is smashing down whenever you're close to it, get in close to it and make it smash down so that once you've dodged out of the way, you can start hitting it again. These are the abilities that you should be using as a gamer to start opening up avenues for yourself. Now, if that isn't working, if you are having too much trouble because the enemy hits you too hard, the enemy is doing more stuff than you can handle, then maybe it's time to start upgrading either your weapons or upgrading your characters. Now, the way to do that is to press C, which is our character button, C for character. We go in here, and we start giving our characters the thing that they need. Now, here it says level up. Now, we'll find that we have a few of these book sheet thingies in here where we could level up our characters, and we could literally level them up. Meaning they will be stronger, they will hit harder, and they will do more stuff. We can upgrade their weapons, which is always a good idea when you are having trouble. If your weapons aren't hitting hard enough, if your character is not hitting hard enough, maybe they don't have the right equipment. And you can change their artifacts. As we were checking before, certain artifacts will help, certain artifacts, when put together, will have certain effects on your characters. So, like, if I added this piece to my main character, then she would get an increase of 1,000 HP. That's pretty good right now. That means she's going to be super tanky. So we'll put that on her. Now, it does say that this pocket watch will give her defense. That means when she gets hit, she will take less damage. That's also good for me right now, because if I'm weak, I'm not going to be able to take a lot of hits. So defense percent is actually pretty good. But as I get further into this game, I might want to get more stats in other ways. Like I might want to get more attack, or I might want just more HP to keep me going. So keep in mind what you have, okay? And keep in mind that you have options to make your characters stronger, to make them weaker. You have the power in this situation. Don't lose control. Let's equip. Let's equip. Now, as we get further on into these tutorials, I'm going to be telling you how to use your artifacts and what characters need what artifacts and how you can decide for yourself which characters need what. But for the moment, as we're starting out this game, just start thinking about, hey, what can I do to make my characters stronger in small ways? How do I learn these tactics? Like, how do I reevaluate the situation? If I'm getting beaten up, maybe I need to switch characters, or maybe I need to move away from the enemy so that I can see what they're doing. Okay? There we go. Now, what I just did there was, as you can see, I selected what kind of experience thing I wanted to put on my character. And then, since I wanted to put more than one on her, I clicked this to increase the number of things that I put on her. Now, she's level 5 instead of level 2. And if I wanted to put another one on her, I could switch to this one. And now, she's level 7. And she's gained a little bit more in her stats. Higher HP. Which is good for me, because her having a higher health is going to mean more hits. More hits that she can take. Okay.
Take sugar, 1 cube or 2.
So we're getting really close to that enemy, but we need to deal with this guy. Now he looks like he has ice. Well, I have a character that does fire. So let me just set the fires down there. Ow! Oh no, I got frozen. How did that happen? Well, when cryo meets hydro, frozen occurs. Beings are frozen, they're entirely immobile. When fire meets ice, it does melt. Melt itself does not inflict damage, however, pyro or cryo attack that triggers the melt deals increased damage. Now, this Abyss Mage here has a cryo shield to protect itself, and you can try to break its defenses with elemental attacks that react with cryo. Beautiful. Elemental shields can absorb damage for a character, but if they sustain too much damage, they will fail. These are all good to know. Okay, big guy. Ow. Now, I am in a little bit of trouble here. So, let's start using our different characters. Okay, Now, all that I did there when I was in trouble was I reevaluated the situation. I figured out where I was and what wasn't working. I stepped back and I switched characters so that I could get something better to happen. I heard of the mystery of the Flesh Pit in National Park. No, B-Man, I have not heard of the mystery of the Flesh Pit. G. Elemental reaction crystallize. When Geo comes into contact with hydro, pyro, cryo, or electro elements, it will crystallize. This type of elemental reaction can generate elemental shards and provide your characters with elemental shields. If your HP is too low, then it's really important to eat food or go to a statue that can heal you. Now, these guys look like they're much stronger than me at the moment. Their level is 13, my level is 5. We're in a bit of a bad situation here. Now, I can continue trying to fight these enemies, just using the resources that I have, which for now is what I'm going to do. But it's probably a good idea for me to consider leveling up my characters or using some better weapons or enhancing the weapons that I already have so that they hit harder. Now, in this situation, I would recommend, if you are a significant amount of levels under your enemy, just straight up leveling up your characters. Now, as we've seen, as I showed before, to level up your characters, you go press C, go to level up. Look at that. I can get 3 levels on my sword user here. That'd be good. She'll hit harder. Let's see. And get some more levels on this character because I'm liking how she's working. Now she's level 10. And Amber is working with me at the moment, but I don't really want to level her up right now. So instead, let's see if I can just make her weapons better. Let's, instead of switching her weapon, enhance it. And let's see what we can do here. Okay. That will take it up by 3. We click it again. How many? Plus 5, plus 7, plus 8, 9, 10. Let's increase this weapon to level 10, so that it's a level 10 weapon. There. Now that weapon should help us out a lot more. Let's back out. Let's see. Our main character here, her weapon is only level 1, so let's try and enhance that too. 1, 2, 3. Great. Let's give it one more time. Oh, this weapon is already level 15. But we don't really need to enhance that, do we? Now that our characters are a bit stronger, let's see if we can handle this a bit better. we go.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Hey there, Kaya.
You've arrived. Come closer. Can you smell that?
I can't smell
Something must
anything.
have happened in the temple. I imagine there will be slimes, hilly churls, and whatever's giving Storm Terror extra power.
Oh, no.
Yes. It is going to be lively in there indeed. Oh, you're quite the brave one, aren't you? It's a pity that the Temple of the Wolf has been disturbed by such an atrocity. Let's head in. No one makes offerings to the Four Winds anymore, yet the old winds never vanish. We need to clear out the temples for the Four Winds.
Okay, then. Well, in we go. There. Now let's start.
Let me show you how the Knights of Favonius conquer our adversaries.
I mean, if you insist. Oh, gross. Hi, Kaya.
If I'm not mistaken, the end of the temple should be up there.
There's water around this pond. Okay, so opponents may become wet. Cryo skills can freeze water.
How do you know?
Experience. The kind of experience you get after years of dealing with things like this for others. Traveler, unless I'm mistaken, you don't seem to have a vision. So how exactly is it that you're able to channel elemental energy?
It was a
Oh, look at
very
that.
strange occurrence.
Now, when you are in a dungeon, explore every corner you can and break all of the things you can. It's a great philosophy. I don't know why more people don't abide by it. It would help so much.
What's the hurry?
The flamethrower's core is what gives it energy to shoot fire. If we use cryo, we can temporarily disable the flamethrowers.
Freeze!
How nice.
Cool it! Freeze!
Very good.
Ah, finally, we're here.
Took a
Seems
little
the path
while.
ends here. Let's use the wind currents to fly up.
The blue stone is a hydro amber. Breaking it will make everything wet. Well, that's great.
Water! We can use this to put out fire.
Good idea. That's some keen observation. We should get June to give you a title and make you a knight.
Yay. Get ourselves some nice primo gems and keep going. Ooh. Underwater spikes are too dangerous to swim through. Let's freeze the surface of the water and just walk across.
Speaking of, did you know? Storm Terror was once one of the 4 winds. I'm not aware of the exact details. If you're interested, you can ask the acting Grand Master about it.
Is that the thing that Storm Terror is using to gain its power?
Seems probable. Let's deal with it. Bravo! What a performance.
I don't know what you're talking about, big guy.
You are, to my surprise, a well-trained knight. The battles you just fought were sights to behold. I see you already have the knightly virtue of modesty.
No, I
Stories
just
of your
really don't
heroic
think it was
deeds
that
to
impressive.
save Mondstadt from destruction shall be known throughout the City of Freedom, well into the future. Please do visit me at our headquarters when you have the time.
I'd prefer
I
not to.
also know a lovely tavern, if that's more your thing.
No.
Quite
Goodbye,
rewarding.
Kaya.
No?
We've seized another temple from Storm Terror's grasp.
I can take care of the rest here. You go take care of other things while I'm at it.
Sure.
See you later then.
Bye.
There's no way Hilly Turtles organized an ambush like this themselves. Not with their limited mental capacity. Thus you were behind this.
And Hydro Abyss Mage? Oh.
Knights of Favonius, always so inefficient.
Agree to disagree, but your involvement in this just made things a whole lot more interesting.
Okay then. We've obtained a new character. Now you can use Kaya. If you like Kaya, then you can now switch to him, and he is a part of your team. Now, if we press the escape button, we can check our party setup, and we can quick setup to adjust who's in our party or who's not. And we can keep certain people in our party, or we can take people out of our party if we don't want them in the party.
Oh, I'm looking forward to
Okay,
this.
be quiet, Kaya. I personally don't really enjoy Kaya as a character or a person, but that doesn't mean that you guys should not play as him. Now, to get to our next place, we need to go all the way into the darkness. Now, doing that will probably take us to the end of the stream, but I have much more to teach you, so we will continue these tutorials in the future. Hi, Mr. Flower.
Let it rain.
Yes, there we go. Oh, look at this. We found another one of those special rocks. Lots of mint around here too. Ooh. Can I help you?
Go, go, Barrett Bunny. I must leave no stone unturned.
There we go. Pick up the mints. Give me my minty goodness. So refreshing. Okay. Now, this is another one of, well, I shouldn't say another one. This is a puzzle. Now, there are plenty of these strewn out throughout all of Mondstadt and all of Teyvat. So, take your time, try to figure out what you need to do here. Now, these look like torches. So, the person on your team who you would have who's capable of lighting torches would be Amber. Best way to start out, see if you can light things on fire. That worked. So let's see if we can find a few more torches to light. There's one. There's two. There's a three. And here you are. You have a free chest. Full of goodies just for you. Also in this vicinity. Ooh. Ow. There we go.
As a durable made wood, steady as stone.
There we go. Are these things called sealies? Now, sealies will float over to these little stands, and once they return to their homes, as it were, then they will normally give you a present for taking them home. There's plenty of chests all around these areas. So, once again, take your time, look around, search for everything, pick up everything you can, break anything that's breakable, keep looking. Ooh. Oh boy. Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? Yes. Now, the place we're going is across the lake. But on the way there, there's a glowy thing. Now, whenever you see that there's a big red glowy thing, I would personally recommend that you rectify the fact that it is a big red glowy thing and not a big blue glowy thing. The more blue glowy things that are on your map, the better. Like red bad, blue good. In the simplest of terms. Ooh. Now don't you worry. I am not abandoning my quest to turn that thing blue. I just wanted to get this first.
Leave it up to you.
There we go. Come here, big guy.
Statue of the Seven.
Yes, it
Let's
is.
make an offering and see if the gods are spine.
Yeah. There we go. Now we have a greater understanding of the area we're in. And we can see that there's a lot more stuff down here. Even past this big old red barrier. Now let's back out. Yeah. Yes, statue of the seven. Let's worship the statue a little bit. What can we do with the statue? Okay. If we give it an Animoculus, which is one of those green things that I just picked up, then we get more stamina, more adventure XP, and some Primo Gems. So, it's good to collect those, and then offer them to the statue. There we
Can
go.
you feel the blessings of the seven? In Monster.
Oop. I didn't mean to cut you off, Paimon.
They can be fitted into the statue's eye. Some stories say the statue's eyes originally had gems that were taken by swallows, but animalculi never had a physical form from the start. People with visions collect them to offer to the statues as blessings. Unlike others with powers, you don't have a vision. But the rules of this world don't apply to you anyway, so keep offering animalculi and maybe you'll receive more blessings.
That's a good idea. Aha! I've alerted them to my presence. Come here. Oh my goodness. There we go. I really do need to work on my aim. Hooray! Excuse you. And goodbye. Alrighty. Got a crystal core. That sounds pretty cool. But we're trying to get over to this very special. Ooh.
Windblade! Steady as stone.
Dodge this! Ha! Don't get frostbite.
There we go. There. Perfect. Now, as we can see, there's an air current coming up from here, so we can ride that air current. And let it take us to where we need to go. And now let's talk to Lisa.
I won't let you down.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey, cutie.
Ooh,
You're going to help me out too?
of
How
course.
kind of you. Don't hesitate to come to me if you need anything.
Good question. Well, because Jean trusts me. So you should as well.
Oh, I should? I don't think that's how that works. I don't know Jean very well. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go up this tree. Pro tip number 56. If you're having a hard time getting something, change your elevation. Okay, there we go. Lots of mint. The Temple of the Lion! This will be our last one, and then we are going to call it quits for the night. But, for now, let's head on in. I don't think we're gonna need Kaya for this one, but instead, let's have Noelle take a break. She's been carrying the team for the moment. There we go. Hi, Lisa.
I guess I could give this a go.
You should. Hooray! Now we're playing as Lisa.
I knew it. There is a strong elemental energy coming from deep within this temple. Paimon, are you able to float across?
Can't do much even if she does.
Good point. We'd better start looking for a way to get up there then.
Now, Lisa is a special kind of weapon user that we call a catalyst user
Let's
in this
ride
game.
this wind current, shall we?
Basically, she fires magical bolts places. Now, magical bolts don't have mass, so they can't break. Well, Lisa's specifically can't go breaking walls or anything, but there are certain catalyst users who can. Now, let's see. Do we have a good catalyst? I think we do. We have a few good catalysts, but we'll have to use those later. Oh, there we go.
Leave it to me. It's an electro monument. No wonder. Let me try to activate it with a bit of electro power. Stand back, sweeties.
Ace's elemental skill can be unleashed by pressing or charging by holding. Okay, yeah. When the skill is fully charged, release it. Unleash an area attack. Yay.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
There we go. Now, as you can see, Lisa works on different mechanics than your other characters. So her normal attack really didn't do much for me while I was fighting those enemies. But what did was her elemental skill, which you can use in either short bursts like this, or in one real big attack. Now, for Lisa, I would recommend Rather than using her auto attack, you use her skill.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. When it comes to wet enemies, I've got them covered.
Hup. Come here. There we go. Come here, come here, come here. I want the radish too. And we go.
Oh, another wind current. Let's ride it up from here.
Perfect. And boom.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Don't be such a brute. Chain lightning can be set off between electro-charged opponents. The electrical discharge caused by friction is only a little less shocking than love at first sight.
If you say so.
Oh, you want to know about this gem? You're kidding. You're seriously asking? This is a vision. It's used by the Chosen to draw on elemental powers. In terms of mysticism, I suppose you could call it a magical lightning rod.
There we go. Up.
What? You've never seen a vision? Just where exactly are you from? Are you a hilly churl with some level of reasonable intelligence? No, I doubt it. After all, hilly churls aren't... Break it, and we can head home and relax.
Okay, well.
The thought of putting my feet up and relaxing has me all fired up.
Oh, all fired up. Okay. Hooray.
Dragon of the East, Lion of the South, Wolf of the North, Falcon of the West.
Uh-huh.
They are the four winds of Mondstadt, affiliated with Barbados, the god of Animo.
Hooray.
The Dragon of the East, Storm Terror, its real name is Dvalin.
Well, thank you.
Most in Mondstadt seem to have forgotten that in all this Storm Terror business. So now you know why Dvalin is only able to channel 3 of the four winds' power. Because it has been consuming itself from the beginning.
That's really horrible.
Because of hatred, I presume.
Hatred?
Hatred for Mondstadt. Hatred drove it to become something more powerful than the wind itself. To become Storm Terror.
But why would one of the four winds hate the city it was supposed to protect?
Oh,
As a
now you
child
don't
of
know?
Mondstadt, it's something that's really hard to say aloud.
Oh.
Here, take this. It's a very old story from more than a century ago.
And now we get to read the storybook. Hooray. But before we do that, we're out of here. Goodbye, world. Oh, look, we cleared the skies. Hooray. And we have Lisa. Yes.
Well, all that lay, flow, and elemental line stuff Lisa was going on about should hopefully be back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Want to go back and see how the knights are doing? But
Probably
if
a
you
good
got anything
idea.
more interesting to do, Paimon can come too. By the way, we obtained another animalculus in one of the Four Winds temples, right? We might come across more of them in the future, so don't forget to offer them to the statues.
Hooray. There are various ways to get XP and raise your adventure rank, whether it be completing various quests, looking for chests, adventure book stuff, handbook, yay. You can obtain adventure XP from these activities, increase your adventure rank. More challenges and opportunities will also open up to you as the adventure rank increases. Hooray! And now we are no longer locked into this area. Isn't that great? Jay. So we can open up the quests. We need to be adventure rank 10 to do the next part of the story, which means we should switch over to doing some other things, like finding out how to stop Kaya from being troubled, or becoming a part of the Adventurers Guild. But those are things that we will do next time. For now, we should press C, and if you like Lisa, she starts out at level 2. So I recommend that since you're at this point in the game, you try leveling her up to something a bit more reasonable than level 2. You should probably also switch her weapon if you haven't done so already. We have a few weapons here, let's see. Elemental Mastery is probably going to be good for Lisa because all of her attacks are of an element. Even her normal attack does electro damage, so Elemental Mastery will probably help her. Let's see, upon causing a vaporized, electrocharged, frozen, or a hydro infusion swirl reaction, increases attack by 20% for 12 seconds. That could be good. Let's see what else we have. Picking up an elemental particle recovers 1 HP, and this is energy recharge. So depending on how you want to build your Lisa, either of these weapons would be good. I'm going to choose this one, and I will level it up a little bit. Beautiful. Now, next time we play, I'll be able to show you more things. And we're going to continue this series until we've beaten up Mr. Storm Terror and made a little bit of a name for ourselves in Mondstadt. But for now, that is all. I hope you all enjoyed these videos, I hope you've enjoyed this video if you are watching this stream. Thank y'all for being in chat and asking questions when you had the opportunity to. If any of you all have questions, feel free to ask them in the feel free to ask your questions that you do have down in the comments. I will be sure to be checking my comments to answer any questions that you present. And for now, we will see you guys later. Ciao, ciao, people. Have a great night, and I love you all. Matane!